let's start. So, okay, so you have learned about C sharp or not? Something about C sharp.
Something like some basics of C sharp.
Okay, so just say so now. Please don't worry about your knowledge regarding Selenium, and
Okay.
because we will cover each and every topic in a systematic manner. Okay, we will learn C sharp, then learn Selenium, and cover each and every aspect. Now, you have said to me that you are doing Visual Studio. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
but which versions you have?
Visual Studio 2022.
Okay, so you have downloaded, I think so. So which you have downloaded which can say which version?
Version in the case.
You just even say Visual Studio. Okay, this is their official site. So this is the original button, but you have to download community version. You have download community version.
Let me check. The basic version, like for enterprise, we need to license, right? The basic one
Yeah,
is community, I
enterprise
think.
profession. Yeah, the community version is a free of cost, and it is
Yeah.
coming
Yes.
handy.
Community.
Yeah, yeah. This one you have to download. You have
Yeah.
already downloaded. Okay, then this is the good part. So I'm not going there. That which have to do which part. Okay, now this we will. I will just cover some of the questions. Like if you say. Mm, so so just me tell me, let me say what is selenium. So if I am an interviewer and you are a fresher, so how will you answer me?
Like Selenium is the tool where we can like execute the test cases. Like
This is the function of the selenium. I'm not
yeah.
asking. You have to understand what your interviewer ask you, that what type of answer he or she wants. This is the first thing, that what
Okay.
type of answer he or she wants. Now I have asked you what is Selenium, and you are telling me about the functionalities of Selenium. I'm not bothered about that. But what is Selenium? Suppose if I am
Selenium
you
is
are a
the
fresher.
tool used for automation testing.
Okay, yeah, it's a good one. But suppose if I go to their official website, which I think so, Selenium dot dev. Yeah, this one. Okay, now it says Selenium automates browser. That's it. That's the simplest line you can ever told to any person. That
Okay.
Selenium automates browsers. That is.
Okay.
And second point, he or she can ask you, interview can ask you, can you automate desktop applications? So I am asking you, can you automate desktop applications with the help of Selenium?
Yes.
The answer is no.
Okay.
You cannot.
Why?
Selenium automates browsers only. Selenium is actually used for automated web-based application. It is not at all used for automating the desktop application. Just this is the basic thing. You're not going to use for desktop application. You are going to use for, you say, web applications.
So difference between desktop applications and web applications?
If I say, suppose this is say browser. If I say, suppose any application which is running on my desktop, but it is not linked to my browser. These are the web-based applications like opening the browser, then running something. Now, desktop application which is .exe. Exe is a desktop application. You cannot automate that. You cannot automate desktop applications. Again, repeating, you cannot use Selenium to open, you can say to install Eclipse. You cannot use your Selenium to install the application. You can only use Selenium for web-based application. If you see that it is clearly said primarily it is for testing purposes. Okay, now it is not limited to that, but the answer for the freshers that it is used for only for web-based applications. Okay, this is very good question for the interview. Okay. Now,
Okay.
the now next question. And so, can you tell me which browsers Selenium supports?
Or, Chrome, Firefox,
Mhm. So the
Edge.
again the answer for this question is the interview can confuse you. You have to answer that it supports all the browsers. As far as
Okay.
browsers are concerned, Selenium supports all the browsers.
Okay.
Okay. Now, as a tester, you can say you must have knowledge of any language. It can be C sharp, Python, Java, but in our case, it is C sharp. Okay. Now, another question is that what type of training, what type of topics we are going to cover. And if we go to our website seleniumtraining.com and go to Selenium C Sharp training, now if you see these are the course contents, and you can just go for these contents to watch it that what type of concept we are going to cover. Okay, and it is more than enough to learn Selenium with C Sharp. Okay. Now, the next question, which is asked by many people, will you cover some live projects and frameworks? Yes, we will cover. It will be an end-to-end implementation on a live application. You will know how to generate reports, how to email the reports, how to add screenshots in the project, how to run test cases. Okay, so
Okay.
everything will be covered. So basically, you can say the project, or you can say framework is a project. Okay. Now, next question. I want to use Selenium in my project. Can you help? Yes. The answer is yes. Definitely, we will helping you out you in your project. We have a team here which can help you, and as well as I am available. If I'm available, I will definitely help you out there. Okay. And also, if you see in our, if we just log in, suppose if I log into my website and we have for Selenium C Sharp. Okay. Now, if you see, this is a button here, query resolution form. You just post your query here, and our team will revert you back here. Okay. So no worries about your support. So we are there for helping you out. Okay. Now, next question, how much C sharp required? This is the most asked question to me. Okay. Now, if you see to our say course detail, this is the thing. This is a part we are going to cover in C sharp, and it is more than enough. You don't have to go beyond this. This is the best basic thing you are going to cover in C sharp, and it is more than enough to learn C sharp. But you have to give some time in order to learn C sharp. You can't do this. You can't do this like you are studying today and you have knowledge after 1 week. You have to give 4 to 6 weeks of time with regular practice. Okay. Now
Okay.
the next question. I want to learn Selenium and clear interviews. Again, I'm saying that it required 2 weeks to learn, but to learn professionally and build a project by yourself, it will take around 6 to 8 weeks. It takes times, and after full training, you will learn Selenium, but it will take time. Okay, we will give you lots of can say practice exercises for C sharp and Selenium that is going to help you a lot from learning. Now, the next question: how tough is Selenium? Again, I'm saying it is very easy because if you see Selenium is very old tool. Okay, suppose you have a basic knowledge of Selenium, around 50% of to 60% of knowledge, which you have to get through your training. Now, after that, you suppose you stuck somewhere, but Selenium is so old that you can get help from ourselves, our team, or me, or you can just search your query on the Google because so many helping things are there on the Google, but you have to learn it first to get it to that level. You can't search through 0% that somebody come to me and he or she can tell me that how to go for Selenium. But you have to go through training so that your level can reach to 50 to 70%. And after that, it is depend on you how much time you will give for exercise. You have to do it thoroughly, right? Exercises, now I have to do this, now I have to do that. Okay. Now, the next question I'm going to ask you, I have asked you in the conversation as well. So what is IDE?
IDE is the platform where we execute our code.
Yeah. So if I say what is the full form of IDE, don't go for the Google.
Yeah, and I'm not going it. Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
not aware of that.
Okay. So if I just go for the Google and say just type IDE, okay, you say integrated, say integrated development environment.
Okay.
Again, this is a very good interview question for the freshers because everybody wants a cream in the interview. You know that. And if you are 9 out of 10, but still there are chances that somebody is there with 9 out of 10. So you have to be extra smart. So what is that? You can go for the like these questions. Suppose you can answer the sir, I have used the IDE. Say so interview asks you the what is the full form IDE. So you say integrated development environment. So what does the integrated development environment work? So it's a software application that provides a complete set of tools for software development like Visual Studio. It will help me like this. So you have to be street smart so that whatever you are going to answer, and most of the interviews pick up the questions from your answers. This is a basic thing I'm going to tell you that most of the interviews will pick up their questions from your answers. So you have to be very street smart. What are you going to answer should have 100% knowledge with you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's start with the, you can say now before doing that, if say you know about that we are going to use n unit in Selenium. You know about n unit.
No.
Okay, so that's a different thing. I'm not going to tell you. Like just I'm going to give you an introduction. Look, like suppose this is a very good question that what is n unit and why n unit is required well when we talk about Selenium. To understand this, let us take a example. Suppose now you know that you have done functional testing. Okay,
Yeah.
now so suppose Selenium, you know scripts. There are Selenium scripts are there. Okay. Now suppose Selenium scripts are running. Basically, what you are going to do, you are going to write a Selenium script. You are write a script in Selenium. What you're going to do, you are write a script in Selenium to work. Okay. When we work on Selenium project, what are the requirements and what are the basic requirements? Well, the requirements are like you have to read the data. Okay. I will say uh, read data from Excel or any file. Okay, you can say Excel file, you can say XML file, or any text file. Okay, this is a requirement. Then you need to generate reports. Okay, and you need to generate reports. Okay. Now, and after that, or you want to generate logs. So, can you tell me what are logs?
Like logs, like as simple as evidence recorded in the DB or somewhere else, about the actions that are performed on the UI.
Yes, what happened at each and every moment of time in our testing part, that is called logs. That what happened there, we have picked the username from this, we have picked the password from this, then we have click button, then after that it will go to that page or not. These are called logs. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And when we talk about Selenium, actually we are talking about writing Selenium scripts. Okay, just writing Selenium scripts which will just run parallelly or one after another will not serve the process. Okay, now suppose we have you can say script 1, then script 2, then script 3, then script 4. And I will just say uh, script 1, then script 2, then script 3, and then script 4. How these things are going to manage? Like I have to read the data from Excel file, then I have to generate reports, then I have to generate logs, and I have to can say do anything with the stuff, or can say these all things is done by one thing which is known as an unit.
Okay.
Okay, this is an unit. Okay, it will read the data from Excel. Okay, then it will generate the reports, it will generate the logs, and it will tell which script to run parallelly or run after one another. This all thing is maintained by one single unit, which is known as an unit. You can say it is a heart of an project or your testing
Okay.
project.
Okay.
This all thing will be maintained by an unit, because this is a very basic question that what why we need an unit. So this is why we need unit. This all thing is maintained by an unit, that reading data from Excel, generating report, generate logs, any other thing that I have to run this parallelly or run this test case first. This all thing is done by an unit. Okay, so this is a very basic question, that what type of thing is done by an unit. So all the basic things are done by an unit, like data reading, report generating, logs generating, we run the test cases, or you can say parallelly run the test cases. Whatever we want to do is run by an unit. Okay, now coming back to our Visual Studio, as you have already installed. So say Visual Studio 2022. Okay, now I'm going for the create a new project. Right now, we are going for the console app, because we are using C sharp Linux. Just we are going for the console project, and this is 49, and click on 19. Okay. This is the 8.0. Do this because 6 and 7 are out of support. Never accept 6 or 7. Go for the 8.0. Okay, and
Okay.
then just create it. Because if you select 6 or 7 for the basic application, it will work, but for the larger applications it will give you an error. Now this is how our, you can say, Visual Studio look like. This is a default file like program.cs. Now if you see that .cs, what does this .cs mean?
Come again. What does?
This .cs mean, if you see that this is program.cs file, this is a solution explorer window in which my
Yeah.
files are. So what does this .cs means?
Uh,
Mhm. Just try it. Whatever the answer you are thinking, just try it.
uh,
I'm just giving you a hint. What is the language we are studying?
yeah. C sharp. Okay. Yeah. C sharp.
That's
Yeah.
yes.
Uh,
.cs means C
C-
sharp.
yeah.
Okay. This is a
Yeah.
very basic question, but yeah, this is a good question. Okay. So what is this .cs? Sir, it represents C sharp. Extensions means this is extension. .cs is extension, and CS means C sharp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Exactly.
okay. So these are the very small things, but yeah, sometimes it becomes very big. Sometimes somebody says that you don't know what this .cs means, so you have to very sure that everything in your can say Visual Studio, like this is Solution Explorer window. Okay, so this is printing my file. Okay. Now again, say suppose this is a console dot write line hello world. suppose if I write here learning C sharp. Okay, now I will just uh, run this project, and if you see, now you see learning C sharp, it is written over here. And if you see that whatever this thing like C user automatic close the console, what I don't want this type of lines. Okay, I just want that whatever the thing is written should be come over there. So for that, we will use console dot read key. Okay, now if I run my project again, now you see the things which are there are not there. Previously, which are written things are there are not there. Okay.
Okay.
Now, again, I'm saying this is a very basic question which I'm going to tell you, which I'm telling you right now. But these are very important questions because when I'm fresher, I have been asked these questions in my interview.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, say console dot say write and say uh, with Selenium. Okay. And again, I will say console dot Selenium. Mm, say testing. Okay. Now, can you tell me difference between this console dot write line and console dot write?
Like it prints besides the like learning sheet, like the above line. If you write console right, it will print beside to the above line, and right line like it prints below to that line. Am I right?
Mm. Let's see. Now, if you see learning C sharp, it has taken the whole line. But when I type console dot write with Selenium, and after that console dot write line again, and the testing is in the same line. So write keyword will not take the whole line, but write line will take whole line.
Okay.
So this is again a basic question. And one thing more, I will tell, going to tell to all my students. Suppose I will tell you more. Like suppose if you enroll to my training, now if you see that I have, you see that suppose yeah, suppose if I log in, okay, and this is C sharp training. So do you see one button here, batch recording? So
Yeah.
whenever we do, I will just put the recording there. You can watch the recording for that particular day again and again whenever you want. Okay,
Okay.
it's in your login. Okay,
Okay.
but I will tell my students that whatever you do, suppose just this is day. Okay, you can say topics and say things to remember. Okay, now suppose this is day one. Whatever topics we have to like installing Visual Studio, like whatever the questions I have telling you, just write over here and just write those things which are you're going to remember when you're going for the interview. What this Excel sheet will help you whenever you want to go for the interview, just open this Excel sheet and just read these things to remember, and you will remember all the things you have done in your day one, day two, day three. Now another help of this, suppose day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, you can say day 5, day 6, day 7. Suppose you are stuck somewhere in the topic which is, suppose some topic is there, like if I say uh, suppose there is a topic known as suppose your meaning of static. Okay,
Okay.
and we have done this topic in the fourth day. Suppose here you say static. Okay, and you have done something like things to remember. Now after that, suppose after 2 months or 3 months you are going for the interview and you are stuck in the static. Yeah, you can say what I have done in static, what I have done. Now you just open this Excel sheet. You just watch that when I have done static. Okay, I have done static on the fourth day. Okay, this is fourth day. You just log into your credential and go to your batch recording and watch that particular day. You are
Okay.
not going to, you can say, check each and every day recording. You don't got my point? Because
Yeah, got it, got it.
after 2 months, you are not going to remember that at which day you have done what thing. Okay, so this
Mm,
Excel will help you out. Okay, I I'm telling my all the students from the past 5 years to do this because I have got calls after 3 months. Sir, you know, sir, what when we have done this topic, sir, can you tell me this what I have done on this topic? So I tell my all the students to maintain this Excel. So it will be very helpful for you as well. Okay. Now coming back to our topic, which is say yeah, we have done that. What is right line? Okay. So we can use the debug. You know what is debug? Can you tell me what is debugging?
like inspecting the code line by line.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
go expecting the code. Okay,
yeah.
now if I just run this, okay, now the code will halt here. Okay, if you see, you can say if I press the execution of the code, like say if I remember, I think so F10, yeah, it's be F10. You can go for the line by line. But if I press, suppose if I press F10, okay, now it will run. Suppose if I run it again, it just stopped here. Okay. Now if I press F5, the whole code will process. So the question is, can I apply more than one breakpoint?
Yes,
Okay, yes, you can apply more than one more breakpoint. Suppose now if I run this, suppose there is a another thing, this one. Now suppose the code is here. If I run this, no code here. If I press F5, so it will execute the whole code. Okay, I have told you earlier that if I press F5, the whole code will execute. Okay, if I press F5, I'm asking you that it will execute the whole code or it will stop here.
it will stop at console read key.
Yes, F5 will stop towards the next breakpoint.
Yeah,
Okay, now what is the help of this debugging?
like we can if huge code if huge code is there, then we can just break it to
Yes.
points, and we can execute that. If
Mm,
any if any
oh, let's
what can
suppose. So yeah, I will just
for
tell
ease
you.
of for ease of running, I what I feel.
It's the debugging is helpful. Suppose now these are only 5 lines of code. One, two, three, four, five.
Yeah.
Now sometimes what happens, you have code like now suppose some the error is at line number 63, but you are not aware that which in on which line your error is coming.
Yeah,
You are not aware because right now it's a very small code, but sometimes what happens, the code becomes so big that it is around like 5,000 lines of code, 5,000 lines code, 10,000 lines of code, and you're not aware that where my error is coming. So there you can use debugging. Now suppose if I apply breakpoint over here. Okay, now first I will save it. Yeah, yeah. Now if I apply breakpoint, now I know that there is no error till 21. So I'm sure that. error is not coming till 21. It is running fine. So I have then I can apply breakpoint again at line number 51, then 63. So this way I can apply as much breakpoints as I want. Okay, and this is the debug will help me to find that particular error by applying the breakpoints. Okay, now one, I know this is a little bit of boring, but this is very good and basic things which I'm going to tell you.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
now
yes.
now no, you know data types. There is a one data
Mm,
type you can say integer.
mm.
Okay, now say int. This is a very again a basic question. Int I equal to 100. Interview can ask you what does this mean? Int I equal to 100.
So in I variable, we are storing value 100, which is an integer.
Suppose if I'm talking about the memory space in the computer, what can you tell me that what is this 100 mean? What is this I? Why I can write 100 only.
No, no, we need to store in the variable, right? Everything in the language we'll be storing it in the variable, which we can reuse it, the variable.
Now, suppose if I say what does this mean in technical terms? Okay, now I will give you example. New, not say. Now, when I say int I equal to 100, now what this line means? So 100 has been stored inside the memory location, and I is representing that memory location. Int I equal to 100 means I'm again repeating 100 has been stored inside that memory location which is named as I. I is representing that memory location. This is a very good concept to know about the concept of object. Int j equal to 200. Suppose if I say j equal to 200, now again 200 is inside memory location and j is representing that particular memory location. Okay, I'm just going to write this means that there is a memory location whose name is I and value assigned as 100. Okay, so you can say 100 has been stored inside that memory location whose name is I. Okay, so very we have to very clear. This is a thing. This is a technical thing. Whatever, whenever interview asks you what this int I equal to 100 means, so you have to say that the 100 there is a memory location whose name is I and value assigned as under, or you can say 100 is stored inside the memory location and I is representing that particular memory location. Like when I say int j equal to 200, 200 is stored inside that memory location and j is representing that memory location. Understand? This
Yeah.
is a very good, and if you answer this thing, interview will definitely know that you are aware of the basics. Okay.
Okay.
Now, suppose if I want to present this in my console dot write line, I will say console dot write line. Uh, okay, and I say I. Okay. Now, what will it give me?
Like we are printing. No, no, we are printing a string that is I.
Hmm. So it will print I or it will print 100.
It will print I
Yes, because this is representing a string.
string. Yeah.
Okay, this is another data type, string. So this is another database. Suppose if I say if I want to represent a decimal number, can I say int j equal to 10.9?
No, actually we use a float, right, for this decimals.
Okay, now if I say float, okay, if you see it is giving again error, you have to show double.
Double, sorry,
Okay, double k equal to, so double representing the decimal values.
decimal level,
Okay, okay, and we have one more data type. You can say char.
yeah,
Char f equal to, you can store only uh, one value in char, and it
yeah.
says this is only one character. You cannot store one more character than this. It will give you an error. You see, character 60 too many characters. Okay, so only one character can be stored in char. Okay, now there is a one another data type which is known as, if you say bool. So this representing true or false. Either
False.
it can be true, either it can be false, but it cannot be other than true or false. Okay, now suppose if I say, I just delete all this and say mm, int x equal to 100 and say int y equal to 200 and say int z equal to 300. Okay, now if I say console dot write line x is greater than y. Okay, this one. Okay, now what will it give me?
uh, uh, like we are giving, but we are giving a condition, but we are not, uh,
It will give me the result. Let's run this. It says false.
okay,
Okay, so x is not greater than y. It will give
yeah,
you a result. You can just check it, because when I will say if x is greater than y, what is I'm doing? I'm checking that whether x is greater than y or not. Okay,
yes,
so
yes,
I'm just answer the simple question that yeah, if console dot write line x is greater than y, you know, conditional operators.
yeah, yeah, yes,
Okay, so conditional operators like say greater than, less than,
then
greater
less
than,
than
equal
equal
to,
to
less than, equal to. So these are conditional operators, and one more, equal to, equal to.
equal to,
Okay, now suppose if I say, I'm just writing one thing, if x is greater than y, okay, then I will type console dot write line x is greater. Okay, else if y is greater than z, I will just type y is greater. And the last thing, else if these two conditions are not right, then z is greater. Okay. Now I know that it will give me, and then just
z is
say
greater.
yes, console dot read key. I don't want necessary lines. So okay, just run it again. So z is greater.
Greater, yeah.
Okay. Now suppose if I say x is greater than y, and I will give one condition, and y is less than z. So now what will it give me?
Is greater than y and y is less than z. So first condition like x is greater than y and means like both should be satisfied. Else
Mm-hmm.
here like both are not satisfied. It will
Mm-hmm.
go to y is greater than z. It will give the same like z is greater.
So just run this. Okay. Again, z is greater. Okay. And if I say this x is greater than y and y is greater than which are both don't are true. Now suppose if I say this one, now what will it type?
X is greater than x is greater.
Okay. Now if I just say it will go to x is greater. Okay. Now if I say the and condition now again it will go to x is greater and I will sorry y is greater, it will say z is greater in this
Yeah,
condition. Okay.
yeah.
Now I will type now what will it do?
It will like x is greater.
You are asking me, you are telling me.
Yeah, it is x is greater.
Yes, it will because this sign is says or.
Or yeah,
Okay, whatever the condition, it's in the left side or it is in the right side. Whatever the condition is true, it will definitely go to that particular statement. It will go particular to if statement because I know that z is greater than x. I know that y is less than z. It's again the right. Suppose if I say y is greater than z. Now what will it type?
the same like any of the condition is satisfied. Like z is greater than x, then it will show x is greater.
Yes. Any of the condition, whether it is on the left hand side or right hand side. Okay. Now there is one more thing, and this is your exercise. You have to tell me that what is the difference between this and double and. Don't do it right now when you are watching the video. Just go for that. What is the difference between and double and?
Like double end is the one we use in this programming languages, right?
Now suppose if I use this, I can x is greater than y, which is wrong. Y is greater than z, which is wrong. But I say, suppose y is less than z, and I will use one and. Now what it will give me?
Error.
Now what it will give me?
We need to use double end, right?
No, you can use single and. That's why I'm asking you what is the difference between the single and double and. Now if I run this, again z is greater. Okay. Y is less than z, x is greater than y. Okay. It will give you the same thing as it will give you by the double and. Nothing is wrong between them. If I just hover over this, they represent a boolean true or false. If I just single and hover over this, again bool drop bool left bool right. You have to tell me the difference between the double and single and in the next class. This
Sure,
is your
definitely,
exercise.
definitely.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Now these are conditions thing. Now if I talk about string, say string, say string g equal to test. Okay. Now if I type string h equal to again some say test. Now, what is difference between this and this?
Here, the blue color one, we are. It is a method, right?
If I just hover over this, it says class system dot string.
Yeah.
Hover this class system dot string. Both are the same thing. If this represents text as sequence of UTF-16 code units, hover over this, the same thing.
Okay.
Before this, I just want to know one more thing. Tell you one more thing that if I say int, it says system dot int 32. If I say char, say u equal to something like o. If I hover over this char, it says system dot char. Int says system dot int 32. If I say suppose long, again you can say uh, k equal to okay. If I just hover over, it says system dot int 64. But when I hover over this string, it says class system dot string. This is nothing class written over here. Okay, this is a very good question. String is not a data type. It's a class. It's a inbuilt class inside C sharp. And say it's a inbuilt class inside C sharp. Now, if I hover over this string and say system.string, just click on this. You see, it will go to make me go to this class. If you see over here, I'm in the string class. Okay. Now, again, just remember string is not a data type. String is a inbuilt class inside C sharp. These are very good interview question. Okay. So let's now you have two questions. Okay. The first is you have to tell me the difference between single and okay, I will just say difference between single and say double and the next thing you have to tell me the difference between string with capital S and string with small s. Okay, you have to tell me the difference between these two. Wait. What is the difference between two? As I can use this both thing, but what is the difference between the two? Okay. Now, if I say, I will just delete this and say, and delete this as well. Say, suppose string x equal to selenium, okay, and say string y equal to training. Okay. And I say console dot write line x plus y. Now, what will it give me?
It will it will concatenate, right? Both the
Yes, it will just say Selenium training.
yeah
So it will concatenate.
yeah
So what is concatenation operator? Plus is an concatenation operator.
concatenation. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the thing. Suppose if I say int a equal to 100 then say int b equal to 200. Okay. Now I say same thing. Let's say a plus b. Now what this will give me?
300 value, like Selenium Training 300.
Okay. Now it says same thing 300. Okay. Now if I say, or you will say no, this one, and
Like,
say plus x, sorry, x plus y. Now what this both will give me?
no, we can't concatenate two different variables, right? Int and
So
string.
so tell me, what will this x plus y plus a plus b, what is the result of this?
Like, error will be there, right?
I don't think so there will be error. No error will be there. It will give you something. Now suppose I will just do this. Okay? I will just trying to do this. What this will give me? It says 300 selenium training. Okay, now what is happening? What is a? Integer. What is
Yeah,
b?
integer.
Integer. Integer. So same data type. So it will
Yes.
add, because whenever I do the equation always runs from left to right. It will not move from right to left. It will always move from left to right. This is a basic thing, that whenever the equation is running, it is always run from left to right. So what is the left one? A. What is the then? B. What is a plus b? Both are integers, so they will act as 300. Now when they are going to add with x, now what is x? String. The result of this, which is say 300, now they are trying to concatenate with x, which is selenium. So whenever anything wants to add with string, they both act as string. Then what happens? This is string, this is string, they will just add it together, which is 300 selenium. But now they act as a string. Now we have the result of a plus b plus x. Okay, we have 300 selenium. Now it wants to connect it with y, which is training, which is plus training. So what will the answer? The answer is
300 Selenium Training.
300 selenium training. Now just try. What will this give?
Uh, like like if it is from left side, then Selenium Training, but we can't add Selenium Training with this, right?
Hmm. Just try it.
Selenium Training 100 to 100.
Yes, you are right. Selenium training 100 to 100. Now they don't act as integers, because
Integers,
whenever
yes.
going for left to right, they act as strings. Now when they are string, the result is also a string, and the result wants to add with integer. Now the integer will act as a string. So selenium training 100, then selenium training 100 is a string, and it b again is integer. So b will act as a string. So selenium training 100 200. Okay. And one more thing. Now suppose if I say This one. I will just copy this. Now it says, and what will I do? I will just say put this. This is the same thing. If you see, I'll just say, and I will just paste it over here. Now, this is the answer, the Selenium training 100 200 for this. Okay. I'll say, okay, now what is the answer for this?
X plus. Yeah, here like Selenium training.
Mhm.
No, we like here I'm having a question. Can we like we can't concatenate a string plus integer, right?
But we have done the string plus integer. If you
Okay, this will be
say,
converting as a string, right? Then in that case, Selenium training 300.
just run this. Okay. It's a same thing 100 200. It's beyond this. And you are right that it will give me Selenium training 300. So what is happening here that it is going from left to right, but the values which are inside the brackets will solve first, then they will add with each other. First,
Yeah.
the equation inside the bracket will solve, then they will concatenate with each other. So this means that bracket in the whichever the thing which is inside the bracket will solve first, then they will concatenate with each other. Okay, so you have to very careful when you are working with concatenation operators because one bracket will get you errors in your script.
Mm.
Okay, so you might get confused. So you have to be very careful while using the concatenation operator. It never adds up directly, especially with the case of strings. Okay, so till now, everything that we have discussed so far is present in every programming language, whether it is C Sharp, PHP, Java, Python. The concept remains the same.
Mm.
You have to be aware of the concept. The concept remains the same, just a change of, you can say, syntax. Because if you
Syntax.
go with the Python, there are no brackets, there are
Nothing.
no this thing. So it will there another, but the syntax is changing, but the concept remains the same. Okay, so
Yeah, yeah.
we will move to the next topic, which is loops, but we are not going to cover it today as we have done maximum for the one class. And I think so you have very okay with the today's topic. It's a basic thing, I know, but it's a very important thing when you're going for the interview because sometimes I know there are 10 questions are there in the interview, but sometimes what happens, there are three basic questions, whatever you have done in their past. They can pick you the three basic question because I have, you can say I have attended the interviews, I have taken interviews, and I always go for the basics. That if the basics are clear, the person can do anything. If the basics are clear with that person. Okay. So you have two questions, you have two tasks. That the one, the and thing and one the with string with capital S and what is the difference between string with capital S and string with small s. You have to you have to two questions that you have to tell me answers by tomorrow.
Sure.
Okay, so I think so we can come at 7 p.m. tomorrow. It's okay with you?
Yeah, it's let me take the question screenshots. Else, like,
Uh,
can you just
Yeah,
ping me
yeah,
in the
I
chat?
will. Yeah, I will just pass you the recording link. It's in the YouTube. First two classes in the YouTube. You have the if you see, suppose it's a day one. If I just click on this, it's a YouTube link because it's a
Okay.
demo link. It's a YouTube link. Just don't worry about that. I will just pass you the link. You can watch the recording in. I think to half an hour you will get the link.